Hey everyone, and welcome to Screams After Midnight TV edition. I'm Peter, that is Tim, and we are of course working our way through Tales From the Crypt, the original show from HBO. This is going to be Season 2, Episode 3. It's called Cutting Cards, and of course there will be spoilers for the episode if you've not seen it, so keep that in mind before moving forward. So this one is about a pair of gamblers who have a rivalry. And we don't really see why they have a rival. They just do.
No.
And they end up playing a couple of games with stakes that keep getting raised. And that's pretty much the entire episode. One of them, though, Reno, the main... Well, I say the main one. He's the one we see first. I think they're equally main characters.
Yeah.
But Reno is played by Lance Henriksen, who's a nice face to see. Fan favourite.
Yes.
And the other guy is Kevin Ty, who he plays Sam, who's the other gambler. Who I recognise his face as well, admittedly, but not as much as I do Lance Henriksen, of course.
Yeah, I definitely, and I mean, I feel like there's always at least one character in every episode we say this about, but I know for sure I've seen his face somewhere before.
Yeah.
And now, also, did you notice this? Like, I mean, those are pretty much the only two guys we see, but we briefly see, is it like the bartender or something? Was that the mad scientist from the last episode?
I think he looks similar. I don't think it was him.
Okay.
I get why you're saying that, but I don't think it was him.
Okay, because like when I first saw him, I'm like, oh wow, like are they like just like reusing people now? Like,
anyway, I know I've seen Kevin Ty in. He's been in lots of stuff, like in small parts, but he was a fairly major character on Lost. But of course, that was like 20 years later.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's probably where I know him from too. Then.
Yeah. He obviously is a bit older than that, but.
Oh yeah, was he Jack's dad?
No, Locke's dad.
Oh, Locke's dad. Okay, right. Yeah.
So that's where I know him from. So that's cool. Also, the episode is directed by Walter Hill. Again, he did the first one as well. In season one.
Okay.
So yeah. So basically, the guys like meet, and if I have any complaints, it would be that they immediately start like getting really angry with each other, as if like there's this big long history, which is fine. Like I get that they're because I feel like this is maybe the first Crypt episode where I feel like there is such a history between the characters. Like, normally, it's usually characters who meet someone for the first time, and the story goes from there. Whereas here, they clearly already hate each other, and that is a complaint I have, is that it felt like it escalated very quickly without it feeling...
Oh, yeah.
without it feeling justified. But that's kind of where my complaint stopped, because the rest of it was so fun that I didn't care. Like, once this got going, this was a lot of fun, because they basically... the first thing they do is they roll dice. Like, just, okay, whoever gets the higher dice roll, the loser has to leave town and never come back. And... It escalates from there to a game of Russian roulette. If you're unfamiliar with the game of Russian roulette is when you put one bullet in a gun, a chamber gun, not a clip, and a revolver, and you spin the chamber, and you take shots at your own head, and alternate until one of you gets shot, and you don't know who it is. So it does feel like it escalates too quickly. However, all of their chatter whilst they were like using the gun, even though I was convinced that it was never actually going to go off, partly because it's like, oh, we're not near the end of the episode yet. We have to keep this going. But a lot of fun.
Yeah, this is really just hinges on these two actors, because honestly, like, not a lot really happens in this episode. But like you said, because these guys are like really entertaining to watch, and yeah, like them going back and forth, and it's not like they really say like a ton. I feel like it's always just kind of like the same, like yelling at each other, but again, they're really good at it, and it does kind of suck you in. And it's it's kind of weird. I really don't like gambling that much in real life, but I kind of find it fascinating and very watchable, like when it's in like TV and movies and stuff.
It's because when it's in TV and movies, it's kind of just like other TV and movie plots where you don't know what the outcome is, and you're kind of entertained because you want to see what the ending's going to be. It's kind of the same thing in TV and movies.
Yeah.
When it's in real life, you're actually gambling with real money and whatever, and it's for a lot of
You just
people.
get
For a lot of people, that's great. For many of us, though, it's like, no, I don't want to put my real money on the line. Are you kidding me?
yeah, like the few times I've been to like a casino or something, I usually will have like $20, and as soon as I lose it, I'm just like done for the night.
Yeah, yeah. But no, like we said, this all hinges on the two actors, and I feel like they carry the whole thing. Like it's entertaining the entire time because of those two guys, and it's as they're like playing Russian roulette, and like every time they'll do one, and it won't go off, and they'll be like, oh, now it's 3-1 odds, and like they're
Yeah.
basically just trying to psych the other one out, and it's kind of fun. And when it ends up, like obviously they get down to the one last gun, and Henriksen is like willing to do it because he's an honourable gambler. Because I thought that if you go down to one chamber and it's obviously the one with the bullet because it's not went off yet, I was thinking, wouldn't you just automatically lose at that point? Like you don't have to kill yourself. It's over. Like it, you know.
Well, I think any sane person
True,
would try to do that.
Sane person, yes. But no.
But I love him like
man of
kind
honor.
of thinking like I can beat the odds. Like there are no odds. There's like it's
Well, apparently there is because it doesn't go off because apparently the bullet is a dud, and which is great because it leads to more bickering because he's like, oh, you set this, you knew it was safe the whole time, and you know, so there's a lot of that. And then we get to a game of cards. They play simple poker, and the stakes are that whenever one of them wins a hand, the other person gets a finger chopped off.
yeah.
With a giant meat cleaver that Henriksen happily holds up when he wins the first hand. And again, it's just fun. It's them and I think this one's even more fun than the roulette because they both have their hands and they're sort of like try to psych each other. It's like poker face like turned up to 11, where they're like, "Oh, you're in trouble now, buddy. Oh, it's all going down now."
Especially like the first couple of hands, you think like, oh, Lance Henriksen is gonna or Reno is gonna win this like all the way because like you see him first again, so you do feel like he's a little bit more the main character, and he wins like the first two hands, so you're like, okay, he's just gonna like dominate this game. But then it's quickly like, oh no, that's not what's gonna happen.
Then he wins a hand and he chops off Lance Henriksen's index finger, and it's just wonderfully stupid the entire time, but it is so entertaining because they're trash talking, and because even after losing a pinky, Sam is still willing to keep going. He's like, no, we're not calling this quits. We're going to keep going. And Lance Henriksen doesn't even try to like barter his way out of it until he's about to lose his finger. He's like, I'll give you a chance to win a finger back, and I'm like, yeah, sure.
Oh yeah, that was another aspect I was surprised. I was like, oh wait, do they keep each other's fingers?
We could put it on ice. It can get sewn back on. But no, a lot of fun. And obviously the ending after that, it cuts to them in a hospital where they've both got no arms. They've obviously kept playing until they've cut each other's arms off, and they're trying to play checkers with their noses and mouths, and they're still fighting. And obviously the whole thing's just about obsession and how they're just going to keep going. It's funny though, Tales from the Crypt is so often about like just desserts. I feel like as much as they kind of get punished because they lose their arms and they're just now like this has ruined their lives, I don't feel that they have learned anything.
No.
Oh dear.
Yeah, this was like a little off one, yeah, because there isn't really any like twist or anything. It's very kind of like on the table, like this this is what's going on and this is what happens to these guys, and there isn't really any like obvious good guy, bad guy or anything, but does still manage to be entertaining.
It was entertaining. Also, one thing I like is when they go out to play Russian roulette outside. I do like that they're like lit by all the neon signs and stuff. It's got a very nice like purple like look to it that I just enjoy. So.
And then there is that scene too where they're playing in the parking lot or the alley or whatever, and that car pulls up, and the guy's like honking at them, and I like that they kind of immediately like turn on the guy, and like it gives this nice kind of like Oh, I don't really think these guys are enemies. They're more kind of like rivals or something. Like they still like they kind of like they obviously hate each other, but like will like instantly like team up against like someone else.
Yeah, yeah. Which I guess just helps make you feel not too bad when they start cutting off each other's
Yeah.
fingers and limbs. Oh dear. Yeah, really simple episode. Not a whole lot to talk about in terms of like deep plot, but it's just really fun and entertaining. It's two actors just going for it and just being fun, and that's kind of
It,
okay.
and it was also a bit shorter than most episodes, I think.
I wonder if it just felt that way because there was no like the plot didn't like twist and turn the same way.
Uh, I mean, I think like normally the episodes are like about like 25, 26 minutes, and I mean, I could be mistaken, but like I thought I looked down and this was more like almost just like 20 or so.
Maybe you're right.
I
Maybe I'm.
I think
IMDb's on your side. It says 20 minutes,
uh,
so you could be right. I was thinking that was maybe just an effect of like it basically just being two scenes with some other little bits.
yeah, it definitely yeah feels like it could be yeah a little misleading that way.
But no, it's a fun episode. As much as it was probably the least twisty one, I might like this the most so far out of season two.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know. I was into it. I was into it the whole time.
Yeah.
Not that I disliked the last two. I enjoyed them very much, but
Hmm.
no. So yeah, that's episode 3 of season 2 of Tales from the Crypt. Let us know what you thought of this one in the comments below. Remember that we do horror movie reviews as well. Lake Nowhere went up this week. Our Ouija 2 video went up last week. Check them out. There'll be a link in the corner. And yeah, so that's everything, guys. We'll be back next weekend with more Tales from the Crypt. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time.